PJ Phi'l here. It's PJ Phil's Last Stand. Really getting into the lens today. Whoa. We're on episode 10. You couldn't believe it? We made it. We made it to episode 10. A lot's happened, and I've been a little bit off the radar, but let's talk, man. Let's talk right now. 3,000 subscribers. We're over 3,000, but we hit a mark, over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm really proud of that. Thanks to everybody. Thanks, guys. Thanks for telling your friends. Tell more of your friends. Hey, spread the word. The word on the street is better than the word on the internet. The internet word is flashy. It lasts for like 2 seconds. And the next thing you know, nobody's watching your little video of you're spraying someone, or it's a package that explodes when someone tries to steal it. I watch a lot of those. Also, I like to watch all the pickpocket videos. Oh man, my algorithm on my Facebook. Hours of pickpocketing and exploding packages. But we're on episode 10. This is part 2 now. This is part 2 of Cone McCaslin and Ian DeSaw. And it was good to sit down with these guys and talk the biz, man. It was nice to talk about our bands, which are very different. I have a little band called Raised in Black, which is a small sort of goth. They're big in the goth industrial end of things, but they're no Sum 41 and they are no Billy Talent. But we compare stories. And this is part 2. And we're going to talk about, a little bit about being on the road, stuff that happens on tour buses. I know that's mentioned. We talk about guitars and instruments. Ian has like 40 or 50 guitars. I only have 22. 22. Anyways, Cone talks about some of his musical influences, who his favorite bass player is. So that's coming up in part 2. Part 1 was great. We had a lot of laughs. That was crazy story about Cone in the Congo. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to watch that episode. So yeah, we've hit 3,000 subscribers. I'm so happy. I have another little bit of interesting news. Are you ready? We sold out. Today's What's in the Box is brought to you by our first sponsor, I'm pretty proud to say. So tune into What's in the Box in this episode, and you're going to find out who our lovely sponsor for What's in the Box is for episode 10. Can you believe it? We've made it to 10. Okay, so no more talking. I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. The show's great. I look at it as a whole, like all the episodes put together. We're at 10 now. It's pretty good. It looks good. I'm pretty proud of it. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. All right. Let's stop talking, man. Episode 10. Here we go. Part 2 of Cone McCaslin and Ian DeSaw from Billy Talent and Sum 41. Let's do this. Okay, and we're back with my good buddies, Ian DeSaw and Cone McCaslin, who I don't know how to spell either of your names. Did you see in the opening? I messed it up. I felt horrible. These guys came in, they're like, oh, that's where you do the names. Yeah, mine's misspelled. It's missing a C. And Ian's like, do you have an apostrophe?
That was good.
On your children's magnetic letters, do you have an apostrophe? Because they're easy to swallow as it is. But I think a little. Yeah.
I turn over the kitchen. He's cutting.
Yeah. I was like, I got this.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Putting the I to an apostrophe.
Oh, let me just tell my producer something. By the way, we're missing a 1. I had to destroy the number 1 in our kids' magnetic letter set. Last time you picked up your bass?
Oh, yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Because today I would have, but I had this.
Musicians, where do you get off?
No, yesterday I was. This guy asked me to be part of. You know that song "The Decline" by NoFX?
Yes.
He wants to do a covers thing where he has different people play on it. So I've been trying to practice some of Fat Mike's bass playing the last couple of days.
Your favorite bass player?
Melodically, and even the way he was just so cool, and he's still alive. He still is. Paul Simon, Clutch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He looked like the coolest too. He played the white bass. I play white bass kind of because of him.
How many basses do you have?
Probably somewhere around 12 or 13.
Oh,
Modest.
that's modest for a rock star.
Then
Ian,
40 to 50, I think.
you have 40 to 50 guitars.
how many basses? One.
6.
Oh, you got 6 basses. Wow.
I have a 76 white bass, like the cinnamon bass.
Yeah.
And then a couple reissues from the custom shop.
Yeah.
Which sound amazing. And then I just got this bass VI, which from Fender. It's a 6-string bass. It's amazing sound.
6-string bass.
Yeah.
Too many.
Robert Smith.
3 too many. 3 too many
Robert
strings
Smith
on
from
it.
The Cure plays this instrument quite a bit in The Cure. So they sort of reissued it as a vintage line. It's amazing. Sounds great. It's cool.
As you were saying.
This was the part of this is a very special part of the interview where they forget that I'm even here.
So what else?
And they talk to each other. That doesn't happen on all these other loser podcasts.
You're going to want to cut out this part of the bass stuff.
Yeah, it gets crazy with the instruments.
Yeah.
I play in a band, not a lot and not often. I haven't touched my guitar in probably since Halloween when we last played. I stepped off the stage at the House of Blues in New Orleans, and I have not picked up the guitar since.
What's the goth band?
What's the goth band?
It's called Raised in Black. We were on Cleopatra Records. I joined them in 2002. You guys want to hear this story?
Yes.
Okay, so
I had no idea.
So my friend from Stomp calls me up. He said, "Can you come up a little bit earlier? Because we kicked out our guitar player, and Ramel, the lead singer of the goth band, who's like Prince, writes everything, plays everything, that genius kind of thing. He wrote it sort of like old 80s style, like alternate picking, and their guitar player could only do downstrokes. So if there's like da 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 da, it's hard to da 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 da, like I don't know, like I can't even do that. Like I can. You pick, anyways. So they asked me to do it, and I'm crazy enough, like you saw I did wrestling, to say, yeah, I'll do this. I was 33 years old, always wanted to be, right, in Brittany Fox or, just, you know what I mean, like Cinderella, like a guitar god Cinderella, and, it's a goth industrial band, like a Nine Inch Nails band. I was like, okay. Yeah. And next thing I know, I'm traveling and like in a thing with 5 kind of strangers for 2.5 months now to go drive from LA to Montreal, back to LA. And because they're Filipinos from Hawaii, our last show was in Honolulu. We did 40 something odd shows in 2.5 months. By the time we got to Toronto, which was halfway through the tour, I was but like the first show, you're like, what am I doing? It just went by so fast. We had 250 people at our show in 2002. But do you kind of miss those weird, crazy days? Like, that was kind of fun, like eating at Denny's all the time. Like,
You don't know what's coming next. That's the interesting.
you don't know what's coming next. What's it like now? Like being at your level? Like, I'd love to know what it's like to be at your level. There's a bus. You could sleep on the bus. You don't have a driving shift.
Yeah, there's a dedicated driver. I hope.
Do you have a near-death story, like Cone's almost shot in the Congo in a tour bus? Like the worst thing that happened?
Yeah, it was somewhere in the prairies in I think this was on our second album or third album tour, 2006, 7 maybe. We're coming down the highway. This is like 7 in the morning, and I felt the driver just slam the brakes, and I felt I just heard everything in the front, like all
Like hit, hit.
It starts smashing, and the bus swerved to the right and hit something, and we all get out, and it was basically on the Trans-Canada Highway. There was a stop sign where roads meet up with the highway. There's no lights or anything, so it's one of those situations where there was a car stopped there, and the driver was reading a map, and I guess forgot to
Put his hazards on or get off the road or what?
Like probably just let their foot off the brake, and the car started creeping into the
Lane.
highway. Luckily, Rob saw that and swerved right instead of hitting them straight on, just literally took the back end of the car off completely. And the car was like in the ditch, and we just went to check if the driver was okay, and she was, and it was like, hey, thank God situation. Nobody got injured, but it was scary. Yeah.
I got 2 good bus stories too.
Okay, let's hear it.
So we're driving overnight, and we all wake up in the morning, and we all storm into our tour manager, Jeff Marshall.
Yeah.
Jeff Marshall.
Yeah, Jeff.
Just storm into his office in the venue, like, what the hell is up with the driver? It fucking sucks. We gotta get rid of him. I had the worst sleep. We're all over the road. He goes, the driver wasn't driving last night. That was me. And
What?
we're like, what? Why are you driving the bus? He's like, because the driver did too much cocaine, had a stroke, paralyzed half of his body, and I found him at a gas station with his, kind of keeled over. I had to call an ambulance, get him off the bus, but we had to make the show. So I drove through the night so we could get to this show.
Jiffy drove?
Jiffy drove the bus.
Wow.
Another one, we were in Baltimore. We had just finished playing the show, so we're drinking on the bus right outside the venue.
Yeah.
And then we just heard, pop, 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 pop. And so, of course, what do? You look out the window. As we look out the window, there's a black SUV squealing through a parking lot, fishtailing with a guy hanging out with a gun out of the window. And our tour manager comes back, everybody down. So we all hit the deck.
In Kansas City, we were playing this club. I think it was the Rainbow, Kansas City, Rainbow something. And I was in the club, we were just finished playing, but John and Ben were on the bus, and they said Ben's in the back lounge, and he said that a car pulled up, and there was something exchanged with another guy who was parked behind our bus. And they literally, guy got down on his knees and started firing across the street. They were shooting at each other.
Crazy.
And everyone just it was scary as hell. We heard him inside the club. Yeah. And then the cops came, and it was those cars. They both left, but there was bullet holes in all the cars around right behind our bus. And it was just whoa, okay, this is welcome to America.
For a long time when I was touring, my mom would never call me on the road.
She doesn't want to know.
How come you don't call me? I'll go away for 5 weeks. She goes, I don't want to know where you are. I'm like, and now being a parent, I'm like, maybe I kind of get that. Better not to know. Wow. She might stress out the whole time. Right. With these stories that she might see on this podcast. Probably. Now see why, Mom.
That damn Hollywood. Yeah. God, you guys, how many shows do you think you've played?
If you included... Yeah, probably in the thousands if you concluded.
Thousands?
Maybe definitely over 1,000, but I don't know.
100%. In 2001, I'm sure you guys had those years. In 2001, we played 300 shows in 1 year.
What about you? You must have played...
They started before us.
You guys were doing that many shows right off the get-go.
Yeah.
Our band was doing local Toronto shows for 10 years, so wouldn't it be in that one?
So say every album cycle you played 200 or 250.
Yeah, back in those days, it was.
And then you count out how many albums you have. There's probably thousands.
Yeah.
So kind of 250 shows per tour or album kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe 200 shows in a year in the early days, up Billy Talent and probably your band too.
That's insane. Is it different now that you're older?
Yeah.
It's you change it because you're older now. You have a family. It changes, right? You're not 20 anymore. Let's go. I don't want to be on the road for 5 weeks.
Do the same, but 3 weeks on and then maybe even 1 week off is kind of
we were doing 5
norm now. You guys are doing 5.
5 weeks? How many shows is that?
We would do 2 or 3 in a row and then have a day off because Derek, he didn't want to go for more than 3 shows.
It's hard on the singer, right?
Yeah.
Especially in a punk band.
Yeah, and 2 hours, sometimes we're doing 2-hour shows or an hour or 45.
Yeah.
It's a lot singing.
That is.
And both of our bands, we don't do backing tracks or anything like that.
No.
It's real vocals. There's no
That's so
there's no
foreign
voices coming through.
to hear that people would use backing track vocals.
Very common.
Does it ever get weirdly cliche where it's just honesty again? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know. No.
Do you feel like you're going through any kind of this is where I point? You know, like,
I think
like, how's your, like, do you work on your stage stuff? Like, how deep does it get with you guys, with punk bands? I kick at this part, I kick.
doing stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, and then you're like, and then your body just keeps repeating that.
Yeah, you get into a routine. This is where he kicks, watch.
Yeah, it's where I always I do this. When did I start doing that? You know what I mean?
But it feels natural
Yeah.
after a while. Yeah, like I don't think you premeditate
No.
and then it just becomes a
No, I.
It's over
You
here.
don't do it one show and everyone's like, how come you didn't kick it? That one part's still waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the box. But before we get to the box, I want to tell you something very, very important. Today's What's in the Box is brought to you by ANC Games. That's right, we have a sponsor, ANC Games. ANC Games is a store. It's an online store, but it's also a terrestrial store. And if you go in there, they have everything video games, everything nostalgic, everything new, everything video games, video games, video games. Also, other things. I went and bought my wife's Labubus there. I'm not bragging. I'm actually embarrassed to say, but bought those at ANC Games. Also, if I keep saying ANC Games, well, they're our first sponsor, but I actually met the dudes from ANC Games on a tennis court. I'd already been to their store, but then I saw these guys playing tennis like really early in the morning at my club, and they had ANC Game shirts on, and I was like, hey, ANC Games, I bought it. Oh, we own ANC Games. So actually, I play tennis with the ANC Games guys. Why do I say ANC Games all the time? Well, they're sponsoring What's in the Box. Okay, at the end of What's in the Box, I'm going to tell you about a very cool little promo code. You'll get a discount from your very first online order at ANC Games. Why? Because PJ Phi'l said, PJ Phi'l sent you. Sure, yeah, say that. Well, but it's an online version of that, but we'll get to it. Hey guys, are you ready for What's in the Box? Oh yeah, here's the box. We're ready with the box. What's in the box? This is going to be a long-winded What's in the Box because our sponsor, ANC Games, well, they're a bit of a collectibles store as well. So we're going to trip back to the days when I had tons of disposable income in the 90s and I blew my money on tons of crap. And a lot of it went nowhere. Some of it went somewhere. A lot of it went nowhere. A lot of it went to DVDs and things like that. And then what do you do with those? Man, how many DVDs are at Value Village people are just chucking out? Boy, I spent a lot of money on that crap. Here's some other crap I spent my money on. Action figures from the 90s. So remember when action figures became a thing in the 90s? These are just two samples. Do you remember this? Power of the Force? That's when Star Wars came back. That's R2-D2. I blew a lot of money on these. I have a bunch of these. I have a bunch of Marvel stuff, a lot of Toy Biz stuff. I used to hit like Toys R Us's everywhere. Sometimes I'd go to business trips in LA and then go to the Toys R Us there or the KB Toys. KB Toys was good too. And this probably came from there. This is a Daredevil from Marvel Super, like I don't even know. I have a bunch of this stuff, but I don't even know if that's worth money anymore. There was a lot of stuff I collected in the 90s that became nothing. Baseball cards too. Do I have that in here? I do. But this out of everything I collect, this means something to me. Check it out. It's a Darryl Strawberry. It's a Darryl Strawberry rookie card. I have other rookie cards that became nothing. David Robinson, you remember that basketball? There's a whole documentary, actually. One day I'll talk about it, about card collecting in the 90s and how it kind of went nowhere. Actually, it's called Jack of All Trades, and it was done by a buddy of mine. And yeah, I was caught up in that whole Jack of All Trades 90s card collect. Did you guys get caught up in that 90s card collecting thing? Everybody collecting Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards and Dave Robinson NBA rookie cards, and what happened to those? Okay, so, this is a cool one. This is a werewolf from McFarlane Toys. The werewolf, it was like when you collected Spawn figures, there was like, it would be a case, and there would be only one thing in that case where it would be just one. There'd be a few Spawns, a few of these, a few of those, but for the size of the figure, there'd only be one in the case. And for the first series of Spawn, or second, I can't remember, it was Malabolgia. It was this huge blister pack. This was for the Wetworks one. This was werewolf. They only had one werewolf in the case. That's what the 90s was. Yeah, that's, you know, like, there's only one in the case. Oh, sold. Idiot. But do you want to see something that I collected that actually became worth something? Believe it or not. Well, I have other stuff in here. Lots of stories in here. I won't even take this out of the plastic. This is my crow. This is my crow number 1. I actually got it graded at CGC. I should, because like I found out these were worth stupid money. But this was cool because I was huge into the crow. I was huge into Brandon Lee. I was huge into Bruce Lee. And I took like Bruce Lee's martial arts class, JKD. I still run into guys from that class sometimes. And I don't mess with them because they stuck with it. I didn't. When it got to like knife fighting, I was like, oh, I don't want to know this stuff. But that whole Brandon Lee thing, Bruce Lee thing, it got into the movies, man. Like there was like all the Brandon movie, and anytime Jeet Kune Do was portrayed in movies, I was all about it. And a lot of the Brandon Lee movies had that. But Brandon Lee got cast in this movie, and you see some JKD in The Crow. And this was just a crazy, this whole franchise, this whole thing, Bruce Lee, the curse of Bruce Lee. Remember, he died at a really young age. And then tragically, Brandon Lee died. He got shot on set. Do you remember that whole thing? And if you don't know that whole story, I would, anyway, there's my Crow comic. But that actually became worth something. Everything else from the 90s was kind of, but so yeah, Brandon Lee, that whole thing with the Crow, if you don't know that story, he got shot on set, and I was collecting everything The Crow. I had a whole bunch of stuff, but the comics, thank God, I kept, and I still have that. I don't know if I'll keep them. We'll see. But here's something. Do you remember Pogs? Do you remember Pogs? This is a crazy what's in the box, by the way. This is going to be a long one. We're doing a double because we have a sponsor now. We can afford to go long. So these are a bunch of Pogs, but what was really cool, like I have a bag of these. Boy, you guys might want these. These are like Disney Pogs that didn't get painted. They're like blanks. Some are painted. What's this? This one's painted. I don't know what. That's a Pog Slammer that's painted, but these aren't Pogs, unpainted Pogs. These are Pog Slammers that are unpainted. But there's a bunch of, you see that? It's a bunch of unpainted Disney, well, that one's painted. Look at all these Slammers. And so my story with the Pogs is, you know, there was a couple of times where YTV we had some controversial times. Can you imagine, for a children's station? So this was one of the controversial times, Pogs. Why? Because you guys were taking Pogs to school, and it's basically, you throw the Slammer down, right? Get the Pogs, and you can win Pogs. So it kind of became gambling. So I think some of your parents, and mind you, I get this too. Listen, some of you guys would take your Pogs out there, and you'd lose them, and you'd come home crying like, what happened to all your Pogs? The guy lost them. And then some parents complain. But the other one, the other controversy for YTV was the Power Rangers. When that first came out, apparently you guys were at recess, like kicking and martial artsing each other. And that was like happening in the news. And we were like, uh-oh, should we not show these Power Rangers? So that was the other thing. But Pogs was the other thing. Pogs was gambling. And Power Rangers was violence. Okay, we're gonna there's a couple more things in the box. This is stupid. Okay, so I used to be part of the Actors Union. And here's my old Actors Union card. It's called ACTRA. And they're great, listen, they're great. But I'm not in ACTRA anymore. And it's not for ACTRA. I have to get my credits, and I haven't earned those yet. But the story with ACTRA was, when I moved to California, I did move to California, ended up there for a little while. But when I moved there, I was kind of like, I cashed in my pension at the Actors Union, which was kind of dumb. But I didn't keep my ACTRA points, so I'm not ACTRA anymore. But the funny part about that one is, I was kind of like, see you later, suckers. I'm going to Hollywood. See you later. And then later on, you move back to Canada, and then you're like, oh, I don't have my ACTRA credits anymore. Oh, my pension's depleted. So that's the story about that. So one day maybe I'll join the union again if I can earn those credits. That's a funny story. So long, suckers. So long, Canada. I'm going to Hollywood. Shh. No, I wish I had this. Okay. And we're all over the place. Brought to you by ANC Games. This has nothing to do with video games. You know what? I wanted to have video game stuff in here, but I haven't unpacked that. I'm still unpacking. I moved into a new house, and I haven't unpacked the video game stuff. Okay, check this out. This has nothing to do with anything, but I found these as I'm unpacking. Check it out. Do you know what these are? See, it says Pontiac. See that? These are Pontiac keys. So when I moved to Los Angeles, okay, and I always talk about this. This is because when I moved to LA, I wasn't rich. I was the struggling actor kind of guy. Why? Because I bought McCaslin toys and I bought baseball cards and I spent these pogs I got for free. This was only, I don't even want to tell you how much. I think I only paid like $20 for this in the 90s. Anyways, still money going out the door, and I'm quitting the union and cashing in my pension, and I'm buying Power of the Force Generation 1 R2-D2, and I'm spending my money at Toy Biz for an exploding grapple hook Marvel Superheroes Daredevil. So I wasn't rich, but I needed wheels, and and we were talking with Danny on episode, I can't even remember what episode that was. Was it 5? Episode 5, I was talking to Danny, and we mentioned that when we visited him in LA, when he went to LA and did his, so long, suckers, I'm going to Hollywood. I'll never see you again. So we know how that ends up. So he had a convertible Alfa Romeo. We showed up in LA, and I'm thinking about moving to LA, and he's already there, trying to do the acting thing. Pulls up in an Alfa. So I needed wheels, but I couldn't afford an Alfa. Trust me, I was looking. Not much I could afford, so I'm looking in Craigslist. It was like a Craigslist. And I found a 1976 Pontiac Le Mans. It was a 2-door. It was like that 70s show kind of car. It had like bench seat in the front, bench seat in the back. So you could have like 3 people in the front with lap belts and 3 people in the back. It was a 2-door. Look it up, a 1976 Pontiac Le Mans. And these were the keys to it. And I bought it on a credit card. Yeah, for $850. And it had 55,000 miles on it. Why? It belonged to an old lady who would just use it on the weekends to go grocery shopping. And this is the story that the guy told me. And the guy I bought it from, he bought it off of her. And he was going to rip the engine out of this 76 Pontiac Le Mans and put it into a 280Z, a Datsun 280Z, this giant engine. And that was the plan. But he was at that age where I guess he was moving out of his house, and he needed money for rent to move in with his roommate. So he had this car and this project that he was gonna do with the 280Z, but he needed rent money. And I gave him the money because I got a cash from my credit card. Long story, but yeah, I bought it on a credit card. So I give him the $850, and he was straight on his cell phone, and he's like, "Hey Doyle, I got the money. I have the rent. So I'll be moving in." It was like that. And I drove away. It was a sweet car, man. It was so heavy. It was made out of like steel. I didn't do much to it. I had these door locks, and Rick will talk about it. If I ever have Rick on, he remembers the Cobra door locks. They were Cobras. And I put a stupid stereo in it, like a big, I went to Pep Boys, which is like auto parts store, and it looked like a box for like a giant toy, but it was a subwoofer, an amp, and speakers. And God, these stories, man, my 76 Pontiac Le Mans. So I bought this big contraption. I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna look into getting it installed. It was expensive to get a stereo installed. But I went to, what was it, AutoZone. I went to this store called AutoZone, and I was talking to him. I was buying a belt or some car parts, and I said, hey, he was this kid, and I asked him, hey, do you know anybody who installs car stereos? So he goes, yeah, I got someone. He goes, call this number. So I call the number. I'm living in LA. I just kind of moved there. I don't know too many people. Call the guy. He's like, yeah, meet me at so-and-so address in the parking lot. Okay, so I go, it was like on Wilshire, kind of near Koreatown, kind of towards downtown. I pull over. He's this kid in a car. I pull up, he's like, okay, takes out his drill, and he's like, okay, give me the keys. Come back in like a couple of hours. So I'm walking around. I'm like, I just left my car and my car keys with this kid in a parking lot and my big box, transformer box, giant toy stereo with this dude. And, but yeah, it worked out okay. I paid like $70. I think it was $60 or $70 to install this car stereo. Went in, did all the wiring. Next thing you know, this 76 Pontiac Le Mans, sky blue, 2-door. Boom, boom. Oh man, check it out. Boom, 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 boom. And I pull up to the light, and people pull up and they'll be like, hey man, I dig your ride. Boom, 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 boom. And here's the other, okay, I'm gonna end it with this. And my poor uncle, I had one uncle that lived in California, visited him with the car, and he didn't like it. He said, that's the kind of car gangsters have. This What's in the Box is brought to you by ANC Games. Now, this is the big thing I want to tell you about with this sponsorship, okay? They're sponsoring this What's in the Box, but hey, tell them PJ Phi'l sent you. Go online to ancgamesonline.com and in the promo code, put PJ Phi'l, PJPHIL. Put that in the promo code. Bang! You get 10% off your first online order, off of everything. So buy it all. 10% off just because I sent you. So promo code PJ Phi'l, ANC Games Online. Your first online order is boom, 10% off. 10% off your first online order. Only at ANC Games Online. Boom! What's in the box? Boom! Lots of money spent on crap. Money gone, but you can save money. How? Boom! ANC Games. 10% off your first online order. ANC Games Online. Boom! Don't spend money. Save money. Can I tell you a story about my band? So when I first joined, never been in a band before, we're rehearsing at this place in North Hollywood. Juliette Lewis's punk band was rehearsing next to us. And I'd see her out in the lobby on her phone. Hi, mama, how are you? Like that. Like she was like really like that. It was weird. Anyways, so remember, I'm a guy who wanted to be in Cinderella. Cinderella is...
Choreographed.
Yeah, like throws the guitar, like, so that was my dream. Left over from 1989, by the way, mind you, right? And so now I'm in this goth band in 2002. We're rehearsing up there, and I'm doing it like I was never in a metal band, but this is gonna be my metal band. So I'm like, just doing everything I wanted to do, right?
Were you trying to syncopate moves with the other members of the band, or
the singer?
Oh, the singer.
So we do the rehearsal, and my singer it's a goth band. So he's like, "Can I talk to you about something?" Okay, and I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Do you know that thing you do?" And I said, "How do you mean?" Right? He's like, like when you're doing that thing, that's not my thing. So if you do it to me, I won't react to it, but you can do it. And I thought I was kicked out of the band, man. Because I'm like, I'm like to him, like, yeah. Woo!
What a nice,
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
really respectful way of saying that.
Yeah, it was and if you know goth bands, that's the thing. Like I didn't really listen to goth, but I was big into Sisters of Mercy at a time and all that, right? Goth bands, it's like this. Like that kind of thing. Even the audience is kind of like that. And then here I come, just like, yeah! Like, come on! You know, like,
Cinderella to me.
yeah, like, woo! You know? So I'm doing it. So he's like, okay, I can do it. He won't react to it. Yeah. By maybe the third show, I don't know where we were. It might have been Kansas or Indianapolis, and I'm doing my thing. Like I had to make sure, like I always had a monitor, you know, like, you know, I'm doing my thing, and then I feel this tap on my shoulder. Right? Oh, no. And I look, it's my singer, and he's like this, yeah, yeah. And he realized, like, he got into it. So, but he realized, like, it's fun. Like, if you're having fun, they'll have fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's really it. And, like, listen, and that was, like, 2002. So we played last year, and he was like, and it got to this point, he's like, do you have any pointers on stage for how to... You know, it got to me like that because after doing wrestling, I realized performing, there's something, something, the audience wants to be told what to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to be on stage with you, right? So, I was telling him, start with one person right in the front row. Yeah. Then you start second row. All right.
And that's one of the things, like anyone, even when we were younger, like people in the music industry would say, always play to the person in the back of the room. Yeah. And you
don't get it.
Understood it.
Yeah, you don't understand it.
Then you do start, as you start playing bigger venues, you start understanding that. It's like, yeah, you want to, someone that's sitting up in the nosebleeds wants to enjoy the show just as much as someone in the...
Yeah.
And so you're playing for them. Like, that's...
It's pretty, isn't it pretty amazing? It's just like, how you doing, London? Like, it's like where you can just be like, give me the mic, how you doing, London? And they're like, so I'm wondering after show after show after show, it's like you must,
Sometimes the people in the front are like the most fun people.
Yeah.
They just stand there with their phone sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Or even worse, you play the shows where the VIP people take more money to be up front. It's like there's like sections at a festival.
And do you find those people are just kind of like this?
And it's just
you get this little section. It's like, oh, you guys are the VIP corporate section. Because they're just standing there, like, not even paying attention.
Yeah,
talking.
Generally at festivals, you see stuff like that.
Yeah, like you could pay more money to be in this area. It's like, I'm not going to be looking at you at all.
Those are the ones I want to win over. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! You with your arms crossed. Come on!
That's us at shows now. Arms crossed the back.
Yeah,
that arms crossed. Bad body language.
Way in the back of the
way in the back. Okay, press me.
Yeah. What do you got?
God, I had so many things at YTV where, like, I would never do live stuff on stage ever, but when it did happen, sometimes you're taping a show, and the worst thing is like, all right, how you doing? Okay, well, coming up, and then you look up the side stage, and they're like, there's a tech problem, and they're going like this.
Oh no!
Like, we're not ready.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, yeah, how you doing, London? And then I would have to, like, I'd look over, and they're like,
right?
Does that mean stretch it out?
Stretch it.
Stretch it.
Okay. This is wrap it up. This is, we are fucked. You need to stretch it. And I would, the easy one is this, I call it left side, right side. Like, I'm splitting it down the middle. Come on, right side. Are you going to let left side be louder? Like that thing. And I've had to do that for like 10 minutes. Oh, come on, left side. You're not going to let them do that to you. Okay. Come on, right side. Like.
Sit on the wall of death. And it's
down
the middle. You guys are going to.
Yeah. Oh, boom.
I think the first band I ever saw do the Wall of Death was 2003. I think it was Bring Me the Horizon.
Yes, I was going to say
that. It blew my mind. I was like, what is this news band?
Yeah, the wall of death. Yeah, shup.
And it looks cool, but I'm like, people are definitely getting it.
Yeah, because there's always going to be a handful of people that are like taking it seriously.
Yeah, throwing
elbows up, and you're going to injure somebody. Yeah.
Come on, left side, put away those knives. We don't need to. Right side, go, go, go.
Still works though, like, cause you just kind of.
Yeah, that's right.
When someone falls down, you pick the person up.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I guess like this has been, yeah. Let's cut it. But okay, watch this. Oh man, guys. Woo! Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show, guys. And because you were guests on the show, I have these dead stock, they need new batteries. Dead stock Gitano Swatch Watch ripoffs.
Watch.
One for you.
Watch.
Yeah, well, it's not really a Swatch watch. It's a ripoff of a Swatch watch. But it's dead stock and it's from the time.
We have to go get our own batteries for this.
Yeah, you do, because I couldn't find my batteries or my watch tools. But I'll replace it for you when I find my batteries. But thanks so much for coming on the show. Was it okay?
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
We had scones. All right, boys. Thank you so much. Thanks for wearing your homeboy shirt.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Cone. Yeah, hugs. Yeah, come on, right side. Give it up, left side. Oh, yeah, baby. Episode 10. So sad it's over. I'm so sad. I know you guys are too, but no, you're not. But whatever. The episodes are all there too. If you ever want to go back and watch from episode 1 again, oh yeah, go ahead and do that. I won't mind. Yeah, that's really cool. We have ANC Games on board for a sponsor for What's in the Box on this episode. It felt official. Did it feel official? I feel official now. I feel like we've made it. So yeah, thanks to those dudes. I love those guys. Guys at ANC Games, I'll come meet you one time early in the morning to play tennis with you guys. I don't get up that early. I'll try. Anyways, thanks to those guys. And thanks to you guys for tuning in. Every Wednesday, it's a new guest. And I like that we went back to not announcing who the guests were. For a couple of guests I was announcing, the surprise is better. So next Wednesday, it's a surprise. If all goes well, because we haven't shot it yet, we're flying, man. We're literally shooting, cutting, putting out an episode. We're not going to do that again. I need to get some episodes together. But this person, I hope, will be coming in this week. We'll shoot it, and we'll have it ready for next Wednesday, ready for you for next Wednesday. And if all goes well, yeah, we're going back into TV hosting land. That's the only clue I'll give you. We're going back to TV hosting land. Is it YTV? Is it this? Is it that? Who knows? Tune in on Wednesday. That's it for episode 10. Aw, man, we made it. We're almost there to the end of the first season. Can you believe it? Thanks, everybody. PJ Phil's last stand. Woo-hoo!